Hey there, guys, and welcome to our ninth hangout here with the Johnsons Live weekly chat. I am, as always, joined by my good friend and co-host Eugene Johnson. Just to say here, guys, at the beginning, we'll be finishing slightly earlier today, but I'll let Eugene tell you about that in a minute. But we are back, and I hope you enjoy the show. And so Eugene, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Sorry that some circumstances come up that I would expect in today, so that's one reason that we have to end early. But also, another thing about the movie
Mhm.
is that unfortunately, due to circumstances nobody could control, a couple of arguments broke out, needless to say, and therefore our website got shut down. So anybody that wants to look up the movie, we have our own Facebook page. Just go to your search bar and put in "Running Away from the Unknown" and it'll pop up.
That's a shame about the website because I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy that supposedly knew what he was doing, who was running it and designing it and everything like that, come to find out he was, he wasn't what he said he was. And
Right.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I removed it.
All right.
Excuse me. Just to say, guys, I removed the website link from the description of the video, but Eugene's YouTube channel is still there. So check out Eugene's videos and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, as the link is still there for his channel.
Yep, and
Yeah.
be sure and check out. You can go, and if you're friends with James on Twitter, he's following me. You can check me out there too.
Hmm. Got
So,
some pretty cool photos over there, aren't you? The with Dominic. I like the photo where like you're holding him like that or something.
yeah, that's yeah. We did all kinds of like promotional photos and stuff, and in Virginia when we went up there to film. So I mean, the first night was nothing but pictures. So I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, got pictures took.
Do you know when the movie or the ending of it is about to take place?
It should. Well, there's talking right now going on that it's going to be possibly July.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get so it's coming up pretty fast. So hopefully by the middle of July it'll be shot, finished in the can, and ready to be edited and stuff.
Mhm. What do you think you'll have to do in preparation to get back into the acting role of things again?
Probably leave my contacts in all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably all I need. I mean, well, I mean the character itself, it's not a bad hard role to get into. I just sit there before I start to act and think of things that get on my nerves or aggravate me, then I get really mad, and then the character just shows up.
That's cool.
Oh,
Kind of like
yeah,
the Incredible Hulk when he goes
yeah,
green.
yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, because you sit there and I think of things that make me mad, and it's I know I'm acting, but it's pretty easy to slip.
Let's just be glad that you don't go green when you're playing a character.
Yeah, because that'd be kind of hard to explain. It'd
Yeah.
be Dominic Calvito versus the Incredible Hulk.
Who knows? That might be in a future movie.
Yeah, it's just that, but yeah, luckily, my eyes don't turn white and I don't turn green. So,
Yeah. What
yeah.
version of the Incredible Hulk? Because we're on the subject of that for some
All right.
reason. Like the movie version or the old TV like
All
TV
right. Well,
show?
I'm glad you kind of shed light on that, James, because now we're talking about something that I know a huge amount about. And, well, my favorite is I do have both movies. The
Yeah.
first movie was directed by Ang Lee that came out in, I think, 99, early 2000.
Hmm. I think I just like saw the first movie by rented it way back when movie rental stores were still
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But I never seen the second one.
Well, the one the first one that Ang Lee did that had Eric Bana, who played the Incredible Hulk,
Hmm.
wasn't really too thrilled with that one.
Yeah.
But then the second one come out, which had Edward Norton in it as David Banner. That one I liked pretty good, but I'll always love the original TV show.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. This 1970s TV series was amazing. The Incredible Hulk is one of my favorite characters in comic books.
What's your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk on the Avengers movies?
I think that they did a pretty good job, which saying a lot. I mean, they did a good job with the Hulk, the way he looks and everything, because he looks more human than he did in the first one.
Mm-hmm. I do like the classic TV show. We actually here on we got like a horror channel called the Horror Channel. We can watch horror movies. They show pretty cool horror movies at night.
Mm-hmm.
Like early evening before it goes into the proper horror stuff. You've got like TV shows from the past on, and the Incredible Hulk TV show is one of them.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing them years ago, but it was kind of good to see a episode here now and again, and it was good to just watch, and for nostalgic reasons, like we catch up, we watch them and stuff, and it was pretty good to watch them. Maybe my thoughts are different to what they were back then because I didn't really know much about it then, but since then I thought it was pretty good. I think they really just come back with because they went away with the the series. The series went off for a bit because I think they showed something else for a while. Then it came back on again. I think sometime last week, and I think there's also a big DVD set out or something, but it's pretty pricey.
Yeah, that's which if I could ever find it cheap enough, I'd love to have a set of the Incredible Hulk, the TV series. I mean, because the thing is, the actor that played the Hulk is Lou Ferrigno. He's a real man.
Yeah.
He's a really big, huge guy, but he's a real guy.
He's not really green.
No, he's not really green. That's what he said was the most aggravating part of playing the Hulk, is he'd have to show up on set at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning and get completely, painted up. And then he'd have to have these, what do you call it? Prosthetic noses and forehead.
Yeah.
He had to have that attached to his face. So yeah, he'd be called in 2:30, 3 o'clock every morning to film.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, he
was kind of pull out the like it's just a pretty simple sort of plot in it that don't make him angry. If he gets angry, and then he turns into the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good plot line, really. Pretty simple.
Yep, and I mean, we'll see. That was how the origin of the Hulk started. And it's on YouTube. I mean, it's been proven many, many times over that say you're going down the road and you see a car wreck and you got a loved one or little kids trapped under that car. Mm-hmm. There has been people, it's been in news and it's been, on newspapers and everything, where people actually have lifted the cars up off their loved ones.
Yeah.
And nobody knows how it happens. So the basic story of how David Banner turned into the Hulk was he lost his fiance in a car accident because he wasn't able to get the car off of her. Yeah. And so he decided, since he was a scientist, he was going to find out what caused that extra boost of strength when people were under, extreme amounts of emotional distress. So basically what he did was he did that, but he gave himself a little bit too much of the radiation, and the Hulk was just lying there waiting to be awoke.
Mm-hmm.
And
we got the Omen here. Hello, Omen.
Hello, Omen. Good to see you. Good to hear from you again, buddy. Glad you're with us today.
Is higher guys have been there for a while, but we was talking about the Incredible Hulk, so I thought we'd wait and say hello after. But we seen that you're here, buddy. But how are you? Hope you're doing well. Please ask us anything. And have you even seen the Incredible Hulk TV show or even the movie? What one do you prefer? Please let us know.
They also made made-for-television movies with the original, Lou Ferrigno.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of those, but I mean, when I was a kid, and I'll just go ahead and say it, my grandmother, she passed away from cancer when I was really young, and the only thing that helped me get through that distressful time of my life was reading comic books.
Yeah.
So they will always be a permanent part of my life because I mean, you had all this bad stuff going around, you know, in reality, but you could always grab a comic book and see Superman or the Incredible Hulk save people.
How many comic books do you own at the minute? I mean, no.
About 3,300.
That's a good collection.
Yeah, that's why, I've sit there and I've said I need to do a comic book collection video. It'd probably be 25 videos long.
Yeah. You
So,
could do that, but like do them every now and again, when you feel like they're showing
yeah.
off certain ones and stuff.
But
Ooh, Omen says TV shows was great. Didn't didn't Lou become a special police officer many years ago?
yes, and he was actually he actually had a cameo in both the Hulk movies because in the in the old one, the very first one that came out, which I said was directed by Ang Lee, he was actually played a security guard in that one, and he played a security guard with the one that Edward Norton was in.
Mhm.
So
So, how many Incredible Hulk comic books would you say you own now?
probably at least 200 to 300.
Yeah. Do you
So
own any of the Ghostbuster comic books?
unfortunately I do not own any of the Ghostbuster comic books, but I do own some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones.
I think
So
I had some of those many years ago.
yep, I've got a couple of those, but the main two I always went to when it was comic books was the Incredible Hulk and the Punisher.
hmm
The Punisher is really cool. I mean, yeah, everybody's like Batman's my favorite comic book character. Yeah, well, I like Batman a lot too, but it's pretty cool to see the superheroes that have no superpowers.
hmm
Batman doesn't have superpowers. The Punisher doesn't have superpowers. They're just really, really good and trained.
I always liked the Superman 3 movie. When Superman goes bad by kryptonite, and
Mm-hmm.
then some reason the good Clark Kent comes out of him, and they've
Mm-hmm.
got to fight each other. I love that scene, like the two versions of Christopher Reeve as the two different versions of himself just fight each other, and then afterwards when the bad Superman actually just vanishes or fades away actually because he's standing over him like this
Mm-hmm.
and he just vanishes, and then
Yeah.
Clark Kent then just becomes the good one again. So I thought that was a good movie.
Yep, man. That's another great talented actor that we lost too soon.
Yeah, because of that fall of a horse and it
Yep.
paralyzed him.
He fell off a horse. It completely paralyzed him. And well, that was the thing. See, even my grandfather, knew who Christopher Reeve was and liked him a lot.
hmm
Because in my opinion, that's the only Superman that ever existed.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with him. But yeah, I mean, we was watching it on the news one night, and my grandpa was sitting there, and he was reading. You know how you got this line of text that goes across the screen on the news. Well, there was people. He was looking at it, and he said, and me and him both read it at the same time. Come to find out, Christopher Reeve was actually having movements in his arms and legs when he went underwater to his chest. He was actually able to move his arms and stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
So we thought he was getting healed. We thought he was coming out of it. Then all of a sudden he passes away.
Mm. Great actor as well. He was in a other than Superman. He was in a movie I saw called is it Village of the Damned,
Yeah,
where the village was overtaken by aliens, or the kids were like infected with alien like a virus type thing or something. But I
yeah.
enjoyed that movie. That was a good one.
He was in that one, and he was also in a Tales from the Crypt episode.
I think I've seen that one.
hmm It's where they
Oh
own
yeah, speaking of also, on the subject of Ghostbusters, but not too long, guys. In Ghostbusters 2, well, one of the special features actually on the movie I got on Blu-ray, there's a music video called On Our Own, and
Yeah.
there's he features in that. He's coming along on his bike, and he does like a cameo appearance on that music video.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's, people have sit there and argued with me. Everybody's like, oh, well, I like the guy that's playing the Superman now. Sitting there going, there's only one Superman.
Yeah, for me, it's Christopher Reeve. Same for you?
Yep, same for me. And plus, there's a lot of people that argue with me on this point. What's his name? Michael Keaton is the only Batman to me.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got, what's his name that's played him, Christian Bale, and now Ben Affleck's playing him, and I'm just sitting there going,
I thought George Clooney did a bad job.
yeah, George Clooney did an awful job. I mean, the thing
And,
was,
who else? Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, I thought did an all right job. I thought he did pretty good as Batman, but following up with George Clooney, the only thing George Clooney could do was walk around and go, I'm sexy in this suit. That's basically what the whole movie dealt with, was he was going around, yeah, look at me, and I'm just sitting there going, and of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there going, okay, what the hell ever. I'm like, there's only one Batman, and everybody's going to sit there and get mad at me in this video. But Jack Nicholson opened the door to the Joker and slammed that door shut. He played an amazing Joker. That's all there is to it. Everybody's talking Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger played the more psychotic version of the Joker. And Jack Nicholson played it more as a comedy role, which the original comic book suggests that he did.
It would have been good if they did a sequel like Jack Nicholson Returned. That would have been cool.
That would have been amazing. I seen Michael Keaton not too long ago in a movie. He's aged, but he could still pull off Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. What was it? Jack Nicholson. No, Jack Nicholson. When he played Batman, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He was good as Beetlejuice.
Yes, he was. He played an excellent Beetlejuice. And that's the thing. Michael Keaton and Johnny Depp, every time back in the 80s, every time Tim Burton was going to release a movie, sorry, I'm getting messages on the tablet, but every time Tim Burton was going to release a movie, the first person he contacted was Michael Keaton. And now I think it's reversed roles with Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Because Johnny Depp, has been in tons of Tim Burton movies. You had got him in Edward Scissorhands. You had him in, Dark Shadows. You had him in all those. I think.
Sorry.
And Sweeney Todd, I forgot.
My favorite Batman film is Batman Returns.
Oh yeah, with Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that one too. And it was pretty cool, but Danny DeVito looked like a penguin anyway.
Yeah.
So, it was like, yeah, they picked the perfect guy to play the Penguin. So, yeah, and it's like, it's everybody's like, well, you don't like the newer Batmans? They modernized it too much.
On the subject of Superman from earlier, have you ever seen the Helen Slater Supergirl movie?
It's been a while. But yes, I have seen that, but it's been a while since I've seen that.
Have you seen the new TV series that's recently been put out?
I haven't seen any of the TV series. Like I said, it kind of sucks not having cable. And but usually the good thing about Netflix is they'll release a series and put it on Netflix. Just like right now, there's an original Netflix series on. It's The Flash.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean they've got that going on, but
How
I
many
mean
TV channels do you have?
TV channels
Hmm.
at the moment, absolutely none. The only thing I can watch on there is the Roku with
Oh, yeah.
and there's plenty of channels on it, but here everything went digital, so you have to have a special kind of satellite type
Mhm.
thing
Yeah.
put on the back of your TV to make it pick up channels.
Yeah, here you have like there's a whole different like varieties of different TV like cable or whatever.
Hmm.
Cable is here we would call it Virgin Media.
Okay. Well,
There's
here
also
we
there's also Sky, which has got like a bunch more channels as well. But we've got one called Freeview.
yeah,
So it's like you buy the TV or you buy a box, and you can get some channels for free, but not all of them.
yeah.
We only get the channels that we watch on a regular basis. But then
Mhm.
I guess if you want more, you'll have to pay for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, well, it's like cable here is called Time Warner Cable.
Hmm.
So I mean, and it's a division of off of Warner Brothers. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like what you just explained. Is kind of like the way Roku works because there's channels that are free and
Yeah.
there's channels that you have to pay for. And I mean, if you got good friends or whatever, they'll give you their code, and you go into their movies collection that they've got
That
on
sounds cool.
on Ultraviolet.
Yeah.
They'll give you the code, and it's like my girlfriend's friend give her the code, and she give me the code the other day. And I mean, he's got all the Superman, all the Batmans, all of it. And as a matter of fact, I watched one last night called Deadpool. It just came out.
Do you think the pointless Superman movie out there is Superman 4? The one with the nuclear man made from the sun?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really silly one.
Yeah, I thought, well, they could have done so much better on the villain.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And
this,
something like went into the sun, something came out of it and turned into a nuclear man character.
yep. And I
And
mean,
I
but
thought they could have made at least the last Christopher Reeve movie a bit better. But
yep. And I mean, well, that's another thing, it just didn't feel right watching, Superman 4 and him having to fight the nuclear guy.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden, the news of Christopher Reeve, passing, and, he's paralyzed and everything like that before that. And all of a sudden, they're releasing a new Superman movie called Superman Returns.
yeah. What was that? Was that Brandon Ruth or something?
Yes, I think so. Which I will admit, it was a really good movie,
Hmm.
and I think he did justice to the character of Superman. But I don't understand why he just did the one time and that was it.
Yeah, I guess he could have done more. Like maybe do he could have been a better Superman than the other guy who did um, no, not Superman Returns.
You think?
Man of Steel, and also the Batman one now.
Mm-hmm. Which I can't believe that. I'm still having a hard time believing that is Ben Affleck is Batman. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that's like hiring Edward Furlong from Terminator 2 to be Batman, which they already hired him to play the Crow.
Yeah,
They played a version of the Crow, and I'm sitting there going, "It's freaking Edward Furlong, man. He had one successful movie, and that was Terminator 2."
yeah.
And I'm just sitting,
Who is Edward Furlong?
Edward Furlong plays young John Connor in part 2.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's him, and I'm sitting there going, they had him to play the Crow. I mean, he's like 5 foot 5 inches tall.
What's he been in recently? Because I've never seen that kid in anything else.
He played in a couple of movies. He actually played in the remake of Night of the Demons. And then he also played in a movie called Detroit Rock City.
I think you skipped a bit then.
I did? Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
He played in the remake of Night of the Demons.
Okay.
And he was also in a movie called Detroit Rock City, which was basically a bunch of teenagers going to see Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of comedy.
I think I saw, I've seen the Night of the Demons remake on TV.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was saying, I think maybe because I think he's a lot older in it, I didn't really realize him.
Yeah, he's a lot older in that film. Plus, you know, Night of the Demons remake, it really wasn't that good of a movie. The original was far more superior. And I mean, one of the reasons that I bought the remake is it actually has Typo Negative doing one of the songs on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, which it's got a great soundtrack, just the movie itself is very weak.
The Omen puts 3 letters here saying AFK. What does that mean?
I'm not real sure.
Sorry, Omen, I don't know what you mean by that. Please let us know.
Yes, please.
I got 4 videos ready to go up. I was going to wait until I had done some more videos first.
Mm-hmm.
I thought if I start uploading these ones, then I can like have a fresh slate and then filming new ones. Yep. So I was going to do it earlier today, but I didn't have enough time in the end because I had to have my dinner, then I had to prepare for doing this.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'm going to start uploading them. So it's going to be the first episode of a movie for every year of my life for the year 1993 and 94.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just minimize this just so I can see. Yeah, movie for every year of my life. Then it's going to be a and then it's going to be a Goosebumps movie review, and then it's going to be and a movie update.
Yeah, and another thing too, before I forget, anybody watching this later on, if you tried to contact me on Facebook, I apologize. There's a lot of bad weather over the week, and it completely knocked out my electric for a while, and then also my internet. So you guys will have to forgive me on that.
Mm-hmm. James, don't upload any more videos, please. That's from Last Avenger. 85. No, I'm going to upload more. I've got many cool videos to come on my computer already, and I'm going to be doing what else? I'm going to do a top 5 or top 10. So I don't know how many movies I'm going to be featuring in this video. There's going to be a top 10 or top 5 like favorite imported movies from the States.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this plan for quite some time, but I haven't done it yet. But that's probably going to be the next film they actually make.
Yeah.
Or video to make. Yeah. And then some, other vlogs may feature afterwards as well. I have some awesome plans to make many more videos to come, and yeah.
Be looking forward to watching them.
That's cool. I look forward to still watching your reviews when you do them as well.
And it's which Box of Dread will be here very soon.
That's good.
Oh, yep, man. As you can see, Pumpkin has decided to come in and say hello.
Hey, he's done his little return.
Yep.
Late today.
Yep, he just come up here just to be like, all right, it's Saturday. I know you're on video. Let me get in here.
For when Ashley watches, I don't know if Ashley's watching yet, probably later, but Ashley did want to see what this looked like. I said he sent me a message earlier asking wanted to see it tonight. I said how much it was. Back when I bought it, it was $109.99, which is really dear. But unfortunately, if you buy this now, or you can find it now on Amazon or eBay, you can get the steel books that's in this now, which is you get the plastic cases, which is I feel quite bad because I think the steel books are pretty good.
Yeah.
But this is a really nice box set. It's really like solid. It's really hard as well. So the price it is well worth the price. It was well worth the money for it.
Yeah, and the box set kind of reminds me of the way it's made. The hard, it kind of reminds me of my He-Man box set.
Yeah, but you just got like a little nice little detail. I don't know if it picks up on the webcam, but you can see the lenticular commercial thing.
Yep, I see the holograph.
You've got like the title of the set, which has the titles there. And on the side, you've got Ecto coming out the front.
Mm-hmm.
The windows, and you can see Slimer, I think, in that window there.
Yeah.
Cool. Got some good a lot of detail in the windows on the back. Plus, you've got all the Ghostbusters there with Janine as well.
Yep.
The Ghostbuster film. I think she was a Ghostbuster later on in the series.
Yes, she was.
The Slimer there at the top.
Yep, another holographic Slimer. Looks very cool.
But when you take the lid off, you just got like if you want to look at the side, you've got the side of the sets.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the front, you just got like the special features disc and a really nice booklet. I'll just show off these, and I'll probably put all these away afterwards because it'd take too much time to do it all while chatting. So I'll just put it here. So I don't even know if you can get this singly now, but back at the time, back in 2009, 2010, I bought this. This disc, this exclusive disc, was only available with a set.
Yeah.
So it's really good. You can get voice actor interviews.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the original 4-minute pilot for the real Ghostbusters. You've got DVD-ROM extras as well. So it was really exclusive, only with the box set.
Yep.
I think that if you buy either the plastic cases or the steel books, back when you was able to buy them singly, you weren't able to. You can get the single booklets with them, like singly, but you couldn't get the bonus disc.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you've got this really nice episode guide booklet, which has every single bit of trivia. It has introductions by the director or storyboard artists, and just some really good stuff in here. The trivia in it is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You just give me a good idea. I'll show off the the He-Man box that I have next week.
Okay. But there, this is the one I'm still up to actually. I'll show you. I'm actually I'm watching all these again because I've gone Ghostbusters mad at the moment because of the new movie coming out and everything, and I love it all anyway. I thought I'd catch up with a lot of all my stuff. So that disc there at the back I'm currently watching. So that's in my DVD player right now.
Okay.
Artwork of the animated PK meter there.
Yep.
So I've watched the first 4 discs. So it's disc 5 on volume 1. So that's volume 1. Pretty good artwork.
Yes, it is.
As always, you get the foot ghost there, and if you'll see a pattern. If you haven't seen these before, guys, you'll see when I go through the rest of the set, you'll see the actual ghost going down into the trap there, which is kind of cool element to this set. And different art on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can start to see the shape changing.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you've got Stay Puft on that one. Volume 3.
Yep.
And again, different there. I usually, when I did my first video of this, I had like the backs of each one laid out on the floor so I can see how different it looked all together. But volume 4, I think this is a version of the promotion art from the cartoon series.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's almost there.
Yeah.
And then the final volume, volume 5, which is the, of course, some of the like artwork on the characters changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Janina, because her look was, well, I think her look was mainly for Ghostbusters 2, or based on
Yep.
Ghostbusters 2. So, and then as you see on the back there, it's completely gone.
Yeah.
So Abbott, really, really nice set. I think it's still pretty expensive because of the way it is. You've got it's a packed set. You know, you've got every single episode. You've got Slimer specials, the bonus disc. I thought they might knock it down a little bit because of it being plastic cases, but I don't think they have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I couldn't. I mean, I wouldn't buy it as expensive it is if it's plastic cases.
yeah, it was well worth the steel books, but I wouldn't. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't buy it for the plastic ones. Definitely not.
I mean, well, that's like my He-Man set. It's a really great set. I love it, with all my heart. But the actual cases that you keep the DVDs in are cardboard. It's like a cardboard slipcover.
No, the Omen here says, not the Omen, sorry, Last Avenger says, James, that Ghostbusters box set goes for 200 quid now, with it being out of print. Yeah, it is out of print, I think.
Yeah, and usually anything that's out of print only increases in value.
Sell it now, you will be rich. I know that, but no, I'm going to keep this because it's my pride and joy. If I have something that's my pride and joy in my collection, I will never sell it.
Yeah, I know there's like people trying to buy my hockey mask. They're like, oh, your Part 6 hockey mask looks just like the movie. I'll give you $150. No.
You never sell anything that's worth your, you know, it's something that you invest in or you buy. It's for your collection.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's for your own collection, you never send it on or sell it. That matter for any price of any kind.
Yeah. And I mean, that's one reason, everybody thinks I'm completely crazy. But when I go get a poster autographed, it's got my name on it.
Yeah.
Because, I
That's,
mean,
that's special. That's like special to you. So.
yeah. And I mean, that's like, but I've still had people wanting to buy my Leatherface picture, even with my name on it. And I'm just like, no, you're not. Because, I mean, Gunner signed that specialty for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, on some things, it's hard to let go of.
Do you keep your like signatures and stuff like a folder and keep them all together?
I actually have every single signature I ever got is downstairs in a frame.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. So, yeah, which definitely have to do a video of my autograph collection, because I mean, there's tons.
I think it's good to do videos like that because it shows how much the importance of your collection is, and how
Mm-hmm.
much how much hard work where you try to get those autographs. Go to the conventions you've been to, and meeting up with favorite people that you've met to in order to get those autographs and those photos.
Yep. And standing in line for many, many hours.
So yeah. How many hours for say one celebrity to say your choice of celebrity? How many hours would you say you had to wait to get a signature?
Well, let's see here. Probably the longest wait I had was when I actually got my picture professionally done with Catherine Isabel.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the one you showed me that time.
Yeah, the when I actually where I got to hug her.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we
that
was
was a good one. You had a
yeah.
hug with Ginger Fitzgerald.
Yeah. But yeah, we were standing there, and I think I stood in line a total of about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I got up there, she looked at me and she was like, "You're so sweet to stand in the line that long to get my picture." I was
Hmm.
like, well, I wanted to get a picture with you. So she snuggled up to me and I wrapped my arms around her and click.
Yeah. Did
So
you met her co-star, Emily Perkins from Ginger Snaps?
never met her. The one thing they was doing like a promotion thing, promoting American Mary,
Yeah.
and the Soska sisters who directed that, they were both there. So I got my picture with them and I got my picture with Catherine.
I got American Mary on DVD. Good movie that.
I believe it or not, I still haven't seen it yet.
Haven't you?
Yep, no, I have not seen it yet. It's on Netflix, so I'm gonna probably watch it sometime this week or tomorrow. But
Yeah, yes, sorry. Yeah.
you got a question?
Yeah, question to you from The Last Avenger 85. Saying, Eugene, have you seen the movie The Witch?
Funny story, actually. My girlfriend purchased it Thursday night, and she called me and told me she had purchased it. So it's on her Voodoo channel. So actually, I will probably be checking that out as tomorrow as well.
Hmm. How
So
many of the movies would you say you've watched from the convention that you went to?
probably about four.
How
Yeah,
many
probably.
more times have you watched slashers since?
I've watched slashers probably about 7 times since it's got.
Yeah?
Yep. So I mean, yep. But there's so many movies I still need to watch, and I haven't, and I feel bad. But I mean, it's like slashers just brought back a lot of memories for me sitting there watching it. So I had to rewatch that one a few times.
It's a really good film.
Yeah, I mean, it's yes, granted, it's stupid to some people, but it's also fun.
Yeah.
So
I mean, people might think that it's probably a real low budget movie, but it's one of those funny ones you can just watch over and over again and still get a lot of fun out of it.
mm-hmm.
Even though it's probably done in around about a paintball of you know, like looking studio, but it's still a good movie.
Yep, and it was completely filmed at a paintball park.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. And speaking of which, since yesterday was Friday the 13th, it reminds me of another great paintball scene. There's a bunch of people out playing paintball in the woods, wrong woods to be playing paintball in.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, this guy looks up and sees Jason standing there. He shoots him in the chest with a paintball gun. And Jason just looks down, looks back up, and like, that it?
Yeah, that sounds a bit like Ernest.
Yeah. So he's like, he looks down, looks back up, and he goes, he's basically going, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And there's bullet holes all through him. There's bullet holes all over Jason, and there's one big paint spot on his chest.
Shame you couldn't watch Friday the 13th yesterday because of the blackout.
Yeah, I know that sucked bad, but
It
you know,
did, it did, because it was a good day as well to watch it on. The day being
yeah,
the day of the movie and the date as well.
yep. And I mean, but the thing is, see, it wasn't really a bad storm yesterday. It's just that we knocked it out Thursday night, and it just took them a while to fix the lines. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, it was a beautiful day yesterday.
Hmm. You could maybe catch up with the movie another 13th day of the week.
Yeah, I probably, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be another Friday the 13th in this year. So
I asked my mum earlier, but she didn't know the answer. How many Friday the 13th in a year do you think there is?
let's see here. I'm going to check real quick and see if I can find out if there's going to be another Friday the 13th this year.
Because that'd be cool if there was. I mean, if there was, I probably might, watch it. Do a movie marathon of the series, which would be pretty cool.
Yep. But yep, I absolutely love Google. Let's see.
200 quid for the real Ghostbusters set now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Okay. Nope.
I mean, I don't think I did. Way back when I first received the set, I would have loved to have done an actual packaging of this. But at the time, I don't think I was even on YouTube. So now I really wish I could have done that, but because I went on the account and didn't have a camera at the time, I just bought it and just opened it up as it came. So
Yeah, well,
I've shown it on the channel so many times now. So I don't think now I need to do an unpackaging.
Yep, but no, there's only one Friday the 13th in this year.
Yeah.
The next Friday the 13th is January 13th of 2017.
Next year.
Yep, so there's going to be two Friday the 13th next year. So yep, that's the last of Friday the 13th this year. So, but oh well, I know I'll watch Jason sometime.
What was going to be the movie? You were going to start from the first, were you, and then work through, or?
I was gonna start watching the first one and work my way through up all the way till the remake. So I mean, but yeah, but it's kind of like a tradition for me anyway. Every year on my birthday, October 23rd.
And yeah, I thought it was like, have you ever seen the 24-hour movie marathon?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, they used to have that on one of the local channels when I had cable. They used to show all the Jasons in a row.
Because I think what you should do is maybe do like a marathon, but in between each one, put your hood and your mask on, and do like your thoughts of the first movie or whatever. That would be cool.
Yep. But yeah, that's actually I always get a kind of a tradition now on my birthday. Is I usually have a marathon all day of my favorite movies. So I mean, yeah, I usually watch Friday the 13th, and then I'll finish it up with Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Which usually every year at my birthday, I'm sitting here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning going, where it's just been movies all day long.
Well, you actually watch them all night as well.
Yep, I've actually, I've got to where, watch Friday the 13th. Of course, you start early in the day, you're still going to wind up, it'd be 10, 11 o'clock at night when you get done with them. So, I mean, then you got...
Well, yeah, because there's 8 of them in there altogether. No, I mean, 8 of the main ones. And then you got Jason Goes to Hell, and then the remake. Jason X.
No. Yeah, Jason X, Freddy versus Jason, then the remake.
Yeah. I wish that Freddy versus Jason came just after Jason Goes to Hell because of the whole ending of it.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. That's what I always said, because as soon as Jason Goes to Hell ends, you see Freddy's come up and get his mask. I mean, why I started out with, oh yeah, Jason's in space. What?
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was such a silly one.
I mean, the thing is, okay, you don't put horror icons in space. Period.
Like Leprechaun as well. I think he was in outer space.
Yeah, he was in outer space. Leprechaun 4, he was in space. And which I always sit there and said, if I ever met the screenwriter of Jason X, I'd probably smash him in the face. I mean, because it's his fault, because he wrote the script of having Jason in space.
You know what they should have done? It's like, let Jason float away.
Yeah.
In outer space, that would have been better.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, he didn't even belong in space. It's like trying to take your horror movies and put them in like a Star Wars scenario.
Yeah, like turn it into a sci-fi or something.
Yep, and I'm just like, no, this is not working. I mean, especially a human being, well, of course, a dead human being, and sending him to outer space after he killed, 160 people on Earth at his camp. Then all of a sudden,
Did you see the Leprechaun in space movie?
yes, I did, and I turned it off halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm watching this, and it just keeps getting stupider and stupider and dumb and more dumb and more dumb. And I'm like, it can't get any dumber than this. Then all of a sudden, there's one part in the movie where he eats something and grows to an enormous height, and I went, that's it. I'm just done.
Was it still Warwick Davis?
Yes, it was still Warwick Davis, and the first part of the movie wasn't bad, but it, like I said, it just kept going downhill. And when he ate something and grew to like Godzilla size, I was like, all right, this is just enough on VHS, and so I just popped the VHS out and watching anymore.
What about wasn't there one when Pinhead went into space?
Yes, there is a movie where Pinhead goes to space. I'm not really familiar with that one because I think I picked up the chest box cover, read the back of it, and went, I'm not watching it.
Okay, yeah.
Because when they take horror icons and put them in space, it's just stupid.
Yeah. They should have even made it. I mean, then it gives the other people to do movies and send those in space.
Yeah. You're not going to find a movie, Rambo 5, Rambo takes Mars. It's just, it don't work that way. Just imagine, come this July 15th and see Rambo attacking Martians. It's just, you know what I mean? Or
Have you seen the new Star Wars yet? The one from last year.
I have not seen it yet, and everybody I've talked to, there's certain people who love it, certain people who hate it. So I'm definitely going to pick it up sometime, and I'll watch it then and see what I think. But to me,
it's my. Oh yeah, I should say this in a minute. Next month there might not be a chat on the 11th of June, which is on a Saturday. So I was going to say maybe we could do it either on the Friday or the Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of which, next month, yeah, that's your birthday.
Yeah, on Saturday the 11th of June.
Yep. See, next month, my girlfriend will officially be moving in, so I'll have to check and see what days she's going to move in on, and then hopefully we can chat before or after that.
Okay.
Okay, but I'll definitely check out and see what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, because that evening we'll probably be going out or whatever for a meal.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the day before or on the Sunday, but we'll sort it out when the time comes.
Yeah. But I order fly to England and surprise you.
Yeah.
That's be standing in front of a pole where you're gonna eat at in my Jason costume going.
I could picture that now. Jason eating a meal with us.
Yeah.
Was he gonna stuff it through his mouth in the mask?
Yep, jabbing the mask with a fork.
That'd be actually horrible because Jason's not supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like, yeah, and my mail carrier, my mailman,
yeah,
he's a complete butt face. And I'll tell you that straight up because it's been it's quite a while back, but I actually ordered Kane Hodder's biography.
Yeah.
Which is called Unmasked, the autobiography of Kane Hodder, which I ordered that, and it's a really big paperback book. It was only released in paperback, and it's really thick. And the guy stuck it in my mailbox and damaged the cover.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and any time that I order anything that's not going to fit in the mailbox, he drops it on my sidewalk and walks away.
I mean, that happens, it's more likely to be stolen.
Yeah, and that's see because I mean I used to have a mail carrier who would open my door and see
Yeah.
I have two doors. You got a screen door and a regular door.
Hmm.
Outside door and indoor door. But anyway, she would put it in between the two doors.
That would be much better and a lot safer.
Yeah. So she used to do that all the time, right? So my girlfriend told me the next time she ordered me a big expensive package like my Jason hood,
Hmm.
which luckily he knocked on the door. I guess it was another mailman because he knocked on the door and said, "Here's your package. Hope you have a good day." Which, and the same thing with yours that you sent. This guy, I'm thinking, only works around through Monday through Wednesday. And if you get packages then, he'll drop them on the sidewalk in front of
Hmm.
the house. So what I'm thinking about doing is dressing as Jason, looking through my peephole of my door, and as soon as he comes up to the door, open the door and take out after him.
Yeah,
Is what I'm seriously thinking about doing.
but no, I mean, when you said about people leaving packages on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
um, if it's too big for your mailbox, and that way. I mean, here, and I guess there as well nowadays, you got to be a lot careful, especially leaving packages about,
Oh
because
yeah.
other people could pick them up and have your stuff away.
Yeah. And
You
that's
know,
what I've called. I called my local post office and I said, any packages that don't fit in my mailbox, put them between my door.
because it's like it's either stuff you bought, your girlfriend bought, or like like my package, like I sent you. It could be even a gift from a YouTuber or whatever.
Yep.
People just got to be careful. So
Yep. Which luckily the DVDs that you sent went perfectly in the mailbox.
that's cool because that size envelope was pretty good, and it had two movers in as well. So
Yep. So I mean, yeah. See, the mailbox is pretty big, but let's see here.
it's not big for a huge package.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's like if. Okay. Let's see how to explain it. Like my mask.
Hmm.
My hood and my hockey mask. It wasn't gonna
Because
go in
I
the
think when I see when you did your unbox, it was in like a big box.
mail. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. They're in a real big priority post
Hmm.
mailbox, and it's not going to fit in my tiny mailbox down the road. So I mean, the guy that's doing it is just pure lazy. He doesn't want to get out of the vehicle for nothing. So I mean, yeah. So I'm seriously thinking about scaring the absolute dog crap out of him.
I think it's a good idea.
Yep.
That way, hopefully afterwards he'd be a lot better towards you and your stuff to
Yep.
visit you.
Yep. I was thinking about scaring him, and when he
Right.
falls,
Okay.
when
Sorry
he
about
falls,
that.
that's fine. And when he falls down, and turns white, I'm gonna look at him and go, next time you drop a package outside my door on my sidewalk, if it breaks or is stolen, I'm gonna stick your head in the mailbox down there.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I mean it's because he don't want to get out of the vehicle. He just wants to sit there.
Yeah.
And I,
It's really lucky that you haven't had anything stolen from this, from postmen leaving it the way they did. Um,
luck, luckily, the packages that I've gotten so far have been delivered to me, and the door has been knocked on.
mhm.
So if I'm hoping that they're trying to train somebody else and get him out of there
Yeah.
because it could be what's going on because I've had previous mail carriers that will put my stuff in between the door, and I've even had them go, "What's in there?" He said, "I know it's a poster, but what kind of poster? A Friday the 13th?" And they're like, "Oh, it really? Wow!" And I mean, so there's nice guys and there's complete buttheads.
I mean, here it's so much different. I mean, you're you're in an apartment, are you? Yeah, you are. It's stuck, isn't it?
There we go.
Hello.
Yeah,
Look,
because
was I? Yeah. So you're an apartment, aren't you? So you to either go to a mailbox or a
Yeah, see,
talk to you.
I
Because
mean,
I'm in a house, so that if we receive like letters or if it's a package for me, or if it's a DVD or a Blu-ray, they can
mhm,
put it for the letterbox. You know, if it's the right size, they can put it for our letterbox. Or of course, if it's anything bigger, uh, big box or whatever, they'll have to knock on your door.
yep,
Hopefully, somebody's in. Somebody got to be in, because
yep,
otherwise, if you're not in,
they take it back and they take
they,
it to,
they put a card through your door, saying they
yep,
try to call, and then they take it back with them. So you either got to call them on the card to bring the thing back, or if it's by Royal Mail, which is what our normal post is like, our normal morning post thing.
mhm,
They say to go and collect it from their depot
yeah,
next day. So you can either re-deliver or you've got to collect it yourself. But that's only on occasions that if you're not in. But if you're in, you can either put it for your letterbox if it's the right size, or they can just knock on your door and you just take it off them, and that's it. You can either, if it needs a signature, you'll have to sign it, or if not, they can just give it to you. But that
which
is,
is which is one reason I miss my old mail carrier because my girlfriend had some specialty coffee sent to me,
yeah.
and it was the coffee that you have to have the grinder for, is the whole bean coffee.
Hmm.
So, unfortunately, something happened the night before it was delivered where I actually slept through most of the day. Yeah, I was sick, and I wound up sleeping half the day. And when I got up, because she messaged me and said the coffee should be there today. So I run downstairs and open my door expecting to see a box, but there's a card in my door. And it said, tried to deliver with no answer, and I didn't want to leave your stuff. And she left a personal note and said, I didn't want to leave your stuff on the side of the door because there's a lot of people here in your apartment complex. So it's back with me. Call me and tell them that Cheryl has your package and that you want it redelivered. I called them the next day, and she brought my coffee to me.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, there's like I said, there's really good guys, and then there's idiots.
Yeah,
So, yeah, boy, this idiot's fixing to have a face-to-face encounter with Jason Voorhees.
that'd be good.
Yeah, I might even film it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, secretly do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, have my brother outside with the camera and him knocking on the door like, why are you filming me, man? You'll see.
But yeah, you've been pretty lucky with either bigger packages, because
Yep.
even having the packages destroyed, even that's not one.
And yeah, and speaking of which, do you guys have UPS there?
What does it stand for?
I think. Well, I guess you guys wouldn't have it. It's United Postal Service. I
Never
think
do it.
it's the big brown truck. I know you've heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big brown truck with UPS on the side of it. But when a package comes from them, they have been the best deliverers of packages I've ever had.
yeah,
And I mean, they are really, really nice. They respect your package. If you take it to a store to get it shipped, UPS, they'll box it up and put the stuff, put like protective wrapping and stuff inside of it so it doesn't break.
when I read on the website of Bob's Pop Shop, just for reading, they say they use their delivery service of UPS because it's got to be well delivered because of the
Mm-hmm.
heavy thing they ship out, and they got to put a lot of bubble wrap on it, make sure it's really packaged and in a big sturdy box as well. So they use UPS to ship out for their stuff. So.
Well, James, I'll tell you this is a first-hand experience of getting UPS at my door like 3 or 4 times. I'll tell you this, your package will be securely took care of.
Mhm.
And I mean, anytime you ship through those, they are very, very protective of the stuff that you're shipping.
They should use that all the time, really, shouldn't they?
Yes, they should, because I mean, that's like you got the local post, and then you got the people that's their job is to ship stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, the local post office don't really care if it gets there in one piece or not. So I mean, but that's why my girlfriend, every time it's Christmas or my birthday, she used to send out a big, huge package UPS.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. What about if they did an Ernest movie called Ernest the Mailman? What would he be like?
Probably like the guy that slams my package on the sidewalk and takes off.
Oh, dear.
But I mean, yeah, because I mean, from what I understand, my next door neighbor had texted me like it's been a few months back, and I had a lot of stuff coming. I had video games, a couple of books, and all kinds of stuff coming through the mail. Luckily, my next door neighbor was out and I was actually shaving because it was early in the morning. I was actually shaving in my bathroom upstairs, and I get my phone goes off, and I look, and it's my buddy from next door. He said, "The mailman just came and dropped your stuff on the sidewalk and took off. I've opened the door and put it in the door for you."
That is nice of him.
Yep, that was nice of my neighbor. And I was like, I really appreciate it, because you probably saved me a lot of grief on people stealing stuff. But yeah, he dropped it in front of the door and took off.
It's very cautious, isn't it? It's very concerning when that sort of thing happens.
Yeah, so now luckily, like you told me that I had a package coming from you, and my girlfriend always tells me when the package is coming from me through the mail. From now on, I'll set my alarm for like 6 o'clock in the morning and sit and wait for the mailman to come.
Mm-hmm. What time do you
Because
get up in the morning?
I usually wake up around, well, this past week I've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, and so I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit too early. So luckily it's the weekend, so tomorrow I'll probably sleep in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, it's been a long week.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, just relax with my air conditioning going, and have a
Is it? What's the weather like there right now?
It's actually pretty cold here today. It's down in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, tonight's supposed to get down to almost freezing.
Really?
Yep. So I
I
mean,
think it's supposed to be the summer months now, isn't it? May, June, July.
yep, it's supposed to be the summer months. I don't know what's going on. I think it's one of the reasons we had the bad storms move through,
Mm-hmm.
because hot and cold air do not mix. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean that's like on occasion we'll have really bad tornado warnings and stuff. So
Let's see if we've got any questions here. We've got one. Ooh, two views come back in now. Hey guys, we'd like to ask if you have any questions, please ask us.
yep, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
We've got some pretty cool stuff to ask us tonight. We've got Last Avenger 85, sorry. The Omen. I think the Omen first joined us last week, wasn't it? Because he about a lot of Hammer movies.
Yep.
Omen, if you're watching, buddy, please ask us stuff. We'd like to answer some questions if you've got any.
But speaking of which, my girlfriend got a really great box set in the mail today.
Mm-hmm.
Where she lives, she got the Blu-ray collection of the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is it comes in a coffin case.
I think I've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, well, she paid like 40 some bucks American for it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal, because she looked up the price of Frankenstein and the Wolfman by themselves on Blu-ray, and I think they were like around 15 to 20 bucks.
Mm-hmm. I bet those classic movies look great on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's going to be the very first black and white movie I've ever seen on Blu-ray. which yeah, I've never seen. Okay, Ashley said he wasn't able to make the chat because he's FaceTiming with a friend of his.
Okay.
So, well, it doesn't matter, Ashley. Well, when you see this, because James already showed his Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah, so when it's up on the channel afterwards, you can watch it later, or if you're watching it now, in the future now.
Yeah, which
um,
makes me want to grab my hair and go 88 miles per hour.
you big fan of Back to the Future?
Yes, I am. I love Back to the Future. See, that was the thing. For you, it was Ghostbusters. For me, it was Back to the Future.
Yeah. That's
Because
another thing that Bob's Pop Shop does. He actually makes the DeLoreans or replicas of them.
full-size cars?
Yeah. I think actually, if you're in Texas, which is where the shop is that he works, you can either rent or buy a DeLorean.
That's crazy.
There's like actually on the website you can actually see like a I think it's called Ustream. There's like a camera or like webcam camera. On one of them, in the inside of the garage, you can see a DeLorean being worked on and being replicized, and having all the lights fitted to the inside of it, having like the digital pad put on to dial up the year.
Yeah.
And the like the bits on the back of the car and the bumper, the bit the bit where the steam comes out at the beginning of the movie, all that stuff is added. They replicate it all and put it onto a proper DeLorean car.
That's awesome. I couldn't imagine going to a grocery store and before I go in the grocery store, flips the flux capacitor on, let it flash while I go into the store.
And yes, they got the flux capacitor in the car, and also for some reason you can't just buy the flux capacitor itself.
Really?
And yeah, for some reason if you want to buy that on its own, fit it to your own car or something.
Yeah, well, that might have to talk to my girlfriend about that. I might put a flux capacitor in her car.
Yeah, or in the bathroom.
Yeah, or in the bathroom and I could just imagine sit there with my shades on my face and go, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But you know something, man, I do have to say though, the first and second one are my favorites.
The first one.
Yep, the first one and the second one. Because the third one I didn't get into too much.
No.
But now the first and second one I absolutely love.
The second one for me was my favorite because obviously they go to a version of the 2015 that we never had in our days actually.
Yeah, because I was still James. I'm telling you, man, back in the 80s, I was waiting to have the self-lacing Nike tennis shoes. I wanted a pair of those so bad. And I was like, well, 2015, I'll still be alive and they'll have them and I get to walk around with my, glow in the dark Nike tennis shoes and I'll be able to get a hoverboard.
It never happened. I never invented hoverboards. Or even if they did, they'd be only props.
Yep. And I mean, if they did, it would be a prop. But they got what they call a so-called hoverboard here in America, but it's got wheels on it. Like, that's not a hoverboard. That's a board with wheels. It's like a sophisticated skateboard. But yep, I was sitting there. I was like, oh man, I can't wait. They're going to have self-drying clothes and, self-lacing.
Well, when he gets wet and he falls off the hoverboard and into the pond or whatever, and he comes out, he's dripping wet, and he presses like a self-dry thing, and he dries everything.
Yep, and I mean the clothes are going self-dry activated. I'm like,
yeah.
What? We're gonna have all kinds of cool stuff in the future.
Like, there's one part I didn't understand about the film when they're going to the future, they land the car and stuff. Doc and Marty get out, but Doc is like taking some sort of face, he's taking the skin off his face.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. It's supposed to. Well, in that scene, I think he's supposed. I think he takes it off and he goes, "Yes, it was my experimental skin mask. Do I look younger?"
Yeah, I think that was it.
And Michael J. Fox is just looking at him and going, "Yeah."
The prosthetics on that movie, to when they make the characters look a lot older, like
Yep.
the old age Beth,
Mm-hmm.
and even like Marty when he had to play his father.
Yep.
And that, well, it's when he played a father, a vision of himself but older, playing a father.
Yep.
That was all good because they made him look really good.
Yes, they did. And do you remember the scene where Marty's parents come in and she's got a pizza that's in a little plastic bag?
Yeah.
And she opens it up, puts it in the oven, presses a button. 5 seconds later, she opens it up and it's a full-fledged pizza.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, "Oh man, we're gonna have all kinds of neat stuff in the future." And I'm
There's
like,
even the guy that comes in on this thing. He had an accident. He's upside down. Yeah.
yeah, he's like, yeah, he's like, "What's wrong with Grandpa?" He threw out his back again.
Yeah. But what's my favorite bit of that movie? Because I think that all happened at the beginning, didn't it? Because what was Marty's girlfriend's name?
Jennifer.
Hmm. She faints, doesn't she? And because she sees her double a lot older.
Yep, and they take her, put her somewhere, and Marty and the doc put the old Jennifer in the closet.
And when they're like leaving the future, and I think they got Jennifer, but she's sort of still sort of faint, all coming out of it. They take her back to what they think is their year, or some version of their year, because the sports almanac was stolen by old Biff.
Yep, and it's all primed out.
Yeah, and so they at first they think it's all okay, so they put Jennifer in like the swing, But then Marty realizes that there's bars in the windows, and that wasn't what was there before. And it all seems all different to them, and they got to sort of correct what's happened. But what I like is when they go back to the year of the first movie, and Marty from the future got to go to the school to try and get the book back, I guess, that Biff got.
Yeah.
That old Biff gave him.
Yep.
And it's the consequences. It's just quite funny when, at the end, you see the Marty in the on stage from the movie before doing Johnny B. Good, and afterwards runs at the door, knocks the other Marty out. Out the door. Biff sees the other Marty walk past, but don't even notice him. You ran right past.
Yep.
Starts knocking out the other Marty again. It was just a lot of stuff, two versions of each character, and I just thought it was well done.
Yeah, that's what I always said. It's one of Robert Zemeckis' greatest achievements, I think.
I think because the angles and stuff was like the exact figures, the exact scenes for the first film, but changed up. They can add the characters from the second version of the film and have it all together. It's good.
And I also like one scene in Back to the Future, the first one, where Marty has now gone back to 1955. November 5th, 1955. He's done went back, and he's done been hit by the car, and his future mother wanted to bite him. So he goes to school. Doc Brown tells him you need to go back. You need to go to school and blend in. And Strickland catches his dad, Marty's dad, and he looks. Marty looks over at Doc and says, "Did that guy ever have hair?" Because he was bald when Strickland was bald when he caught Marty in the hall, and then he caught his dad back years and years ago, and he's like, "Did Mr. Strickland ever have hair?"
No.
No, he's born bald, and he grew up bald.
The same actor that played Strickland was in Masters of the Universe. He played a cop in that.
Yes, he was. That's another film I got to get. Masters of the Universe. It's a good one.
Yeah, starring Frank Langella played Skeletor,
Yep, and Dolph Lundgren.
played He-Man.
Yep.
Again, it starred the guy who played Strickland from Back to the Future, who played a cop. Can't remember what the name of the character he was though.
Yep.
But it's all the best movies from those years: Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Masters of the Universe. It's
Yep.
like I feel that they don't make stuff as fun as they were nowadays.
Yeah, I see. You had Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Masters of the Universe, Howard the Duck.
Hmm.
Let's see, the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Sorry,
Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. There was a movie called Garbage Pail Kids. You need to look it up on YouTube, James.
I have to do that.
Yep, it was a classic for me. But it
Welcome
was.
back, Omen.
How you doing, Omen? Glad to see you back, buddy.
He says BK, so he must have went away for a bit. So hope you're doing all right, mate. I hope you're doing all right, mate.
Yeah, and yeah, I might be able to just check my phone. I'll probably be able to stay over 15 more minutes
That's okay. Cool.
after 5:30, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to rush, guys. Like I said, circumstances I can't control.
Hmm. Well, let us know when it comes to the time, and then we'll say our goodbyes and stuff. So.
All right, but
Okay.
yeah, we're just talking about Ghostbusters and Master of the Universe and Back to the Future.
Hmm. Yeah. It's like nowadays it's all like remakes or reboots of like classic movies,
Yeah,
and whoever makes these films, or even whoever thoughts them up, thinks, why do they even think that they will work?
yeah,
You know, I mean, why they could always just they could always also think that it could ruin people's childhoods or nostalgic thoughts of their life if a remake or reboot or whatever they decide to call it is released, and it could destroy like fans' points of view of that movie that was so classic to what people enjoyed back in the day.
yeah.
Um,
Completely agree. And I mean, that's like, there were so many people, screaming for Back to the Future Part 4.
yeah,
And what
yeah. I
people don't
remember actually reading something about that.
what people don't realize was Robert Zemeckis only wrote the script for 3 films because it takes place in like 2 days.
Hmm. Yeah,
You
because
know,
each after each movie it says to be continued, so it was like a continuation.
yeah, and it says to be continued. And if you watch the second one, at the end of the second one, it says stay tuned for the ending of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing is that Robert Zemeckis wrote, you know, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, and his whole idea was it was going to be one movie with 3 parts.
Hmm.
So but you need to check out on. Do you guys have those like shopping channels on TV
Yeah.
there? Well, we have one called QVC here where they sell,
We've got a version of QVC here too.
well, do you know how QVC is all family oriented and stuff like that, right? There's actually a QVC blooper on YouTube of these people showing off this really big HD TV screen, and
Yeah.
they got Back to the Future playing on it, right?
Hmm.
And all of a sudden he's like, check out the sound of this, and they turn it up at the exact part where Doc Brown goes, "If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit." Again, the guy that had the controller to the TV hit mute and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." But yep, he had Doc Brown cussing on national TV.
Another movie I recently got on Blu-ray a little while ago now was the classic another Michael J. Fox movie was Teen Wolf.
Yes, it's a great one.
Love that one, and Teen Wolf Two or yeah Teen Wolf TOO was a terrible sequel.
Yes, but yep, my favorite part in Teen Wolf, Give me a keg of beer.
And then the eyes just go red and that, he's really angry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that part. And the guy's like, ugh. And he takes
But yeah, I got the Blu-ray. It looks really good on Blu-ray actually, the Teen Wolf.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
And they you know what, with that one as well, they should have left that alone as a movie, but they made a TV version of it.
I know. I'm just like, and there'll never be another Teen Wolf. And love the part too where he was in the bathroom and his dad's knocking on the door. And he's like, Dad, I'm gonna open.
You know when he's going for his transformation and going,
Yeah, and he's like, Dad, you're not gonna like what you see, but I've warned you, Dad. And he opens up the door and there he stands, full werewolf.
yeah, yeah.
He's like, I was just waiting for it to happen. He's like, I was just waiting for it to happen, son. He's in Michael J. Fox. You knew about this?
Yeah.
He's like, so I get to look forward to a night of stealing babies and killing chickens.
Back to the Future, that was released on Blu-ray as well.
Yep.
As I think the real nice editions, not only in the US, that was got like a flux capacitor on the front. You press a button and it lights up.
Really?
Yeah. You got like a nice digipack with the 3 visions of the film on.
I'll have to.
And I think a 4th extras disc as well with a lot of special features on. And also you get is the complete animated series as well.
That's what I'm checking right now. I'm gonna check and see how much it is on Amazon. Probably out of this world.
Probably pretty pricey.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh wow, Back to the Future shoes. I'm gonna check this out real quick.
What?
Oh, they ain't got the actual shoes. It's a keychain. Oh, but they got a flux capacitor. Okay. Back to the Future flux capacitor USB car charger.
Oh dear.
They've even got the vest that Marty wore. And his hat. Yep, Back to the Future, Marty McFly vest costume, adult. Yep.
One of the funniest, I just remember one of the funniest scenes I thought was when Biff gets sidetracked on the movie in the car and ends up going to Miniora. I think either 3 times or twice of the course of the films.
Yeah, that's not actually bad, James. Hang on a second. Get a picture of it right here. Which might be a great birthday gift for me. I have to throw it out to people. But let's see. Here. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, you can see the flux capacitor in there. And Back to the Future right in the middle. But for the complete box set, new and used, for $40.38.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. So, yep, I might add that for a birthday gift later on.
You can relive that. You can relive that in HD.
Yes, I can.
And with the TV series, well, the animated series as well.
Yep, which I used to watch religiously when I was a kid.
Oh, Omen says, I just got the 4-disc Back to the Future Steelbook. That's cool, Omen. I also have that exact edition as well.
Yeah, which I just seen the Steelbook version, but since you mentioned the one that's got the light up flux capacitor, I'm like, yeah, I got to get that one.
Yeah.
Because
you might travel through time with it.
Yes.
Okay, if you were able, in real life, if you was able to travel back in time or in the future, your choice, where would you go and what year would you what year would you like to do certain things in?
I would probably like to go back to the late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
because I'm a really big, huge classic car nut.
Mm-hmm.
And just to ride around in a 1957 Chevrolet, car, or a 1958 Plymouth that was made famous by Stephen King's Christine,
Mm-hmm.
just to ride around in those cars would be amazing.
It might really be haunted.
But back then, you'd be riding around and it'd be brand new.
Yeah.
But of course, if I showed up the late 40s, early 50s with the earrings in my ears and a goatee, people would probably be like, "What is he?"
What would you be like? What do you think your younger self be like if you went back and visit yourself?
He would probably be sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Legos.
Yeah.
Yep, if I went and visited my younger self. Now, if I could go visit my younger self as teenager, I'd be like, "Trust me, you're going to have stuff come up in the near future. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Trust me."
What's the thing they say when you gotta go when they do when something certain happens and you gotta go cross your time stream or something?
I used to know what it's called, James. I'm drawing a blank right now.
It's like in Back to the Future. If
Though,
they didn't do something right to do with their past,
are you
that they disappear off that photograph. You know that.
okay? You're talking about, I think it's called Void in the Space-Time Continuum.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, because if they went back and say that that's the reason that they started disappearing in the picture was because his mother was after him.
Yeah,
So I mean,
that would
yeah,
be a bit weird if you actually gave if they actually had kids together and made another Marty McFly.
yeah, and that was always funny to me because when he runs out of the house after he's woken up after being hit with a car,
Yeah.
uh, and Lorraine, the character of Leah Thompson, grabs Michael J. Fox's thigh, and he just jumps up and is like, "I gotta go. I'll see you later," and he takes off, out of the house. What his grandfather, his actual grandfather, said, "Lorraine, if you ever have a kid like that, I'll disown you."
So, what do you not like much about Back to the Future 3?
I just think, with part one, it was really cool to see him go back and how the sets looked and how the actors were and all that stuff. And with part two, it was cool to see how the future was, supposed to be. And then just him going back, into the old West, was just completely crazy to me because, it didn't have as much action as the others did.
Hmm. It was more like a futuristic, well, the DeLorean in a cowboy western movie.
Yep. And I just sit there and I was like, it doesn't fit.
Mhm.
And I mean, and Doc, if you rewatch it again in part three, Doc has made this huge, big invention of all kinds of metal parts just to make one cube of ice. You remember? Because he made one cube of ice and put it in a glass of tea and went, "You want some iced tea?"
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, it's one big, huge invention just to make one block of ice.
Can I tell you the one thing I liked about that movie? Not really like, I just say sort of enjoyed at the time, I guess. When I watch it, because when I watch the film, I always watch the whole three of them. I guess it's the end bit, when the train pushes the DeLorean across and makes them go back into the time. They
Yep.
got to cross that bridge, and then when they get to the end of the bridge, because the bridge currently, back where they are, isn't finished. So
Yeah.
you've got to go through time as, then when they're back in the future, the bridge is finished,
Yeah. Because I
and then
remember.
actually the train behind the DeLorean when it's gone ends up going down and off the bridge.
Yep. But no, I mean this. Because it was kind of funny during the build up to that scene. He was like, "Yes, the bridge is not finished, but Marty, during my calculations, it should be finished in the future."
Yeah.
Yes. So Marty was like, "Are you sure?"
But you know, then the saddest part of that thing was when the DeLorean got destroyed.
That's what I was fixing to say, because when the DeLorean got destroyed, I was like, oh man, there's never going to be another Back to the Future again.
But then when that happened, the time train arrived.
Yeah, which, and they just left that up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because, if they'd wanted to make another one,
They
could
have.
have.
Yeah.
But I mean, but Michael J. Fox, bless his soul, he's in such bad shape, because I watched a actual interview with him on a late night show on YouTube. I seen a clip of it, and it was really cool how they did it, though. But
Oh,
Doc,
because of his Parkinson's.
yep, but he shows up with Doc in a DeLorean.
Oh, I think I saw it on a bit on, yeah.
Yeah, and they show up in a
it was on the
DeLorean.
20th anniversary of the films.
Yes, it was on. It was on October 21st of 2015. They showed up. They went to a Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And they got out of the car and everything, which was completely awesome. But
And
still,
Christopher Lloyd was there as well, and he looked exactly like he did in the movie.
yes, he did. But and you could tell that. Well, when they'd ask Michael J. Fox something, where the Parkinson's just keep constantly making his body move.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell he had a hard time answering the questions because he couldn't stand still.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he's gotten really bad. But I mean, I even commented on that video. I was like, if there's never another Back to the Future, just seeing these two dressed like that so many years later was awesome.
Yeah. It was like a kind of tribute, wasn't it, in a way?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was just on a chat show or even a little clip or something, it was still a good tribute of the film. So.
Yep, and they even said that Michael, he said Michael J. Fox said he's been to conventions,
Mm-hmm.
and the number one thing he gets asked all the time is the Nike shoes. He's like, they were like it, and he's actually a person that donates to Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
Paid $250 million to a Parkinson's patient, the Parkinson's facility. They paid that much money, and a group of people at Nike made him those shoes.
All right.
Because he was a really big Back to the Future fan. So they gave him those shoes specially made for him. He went to a convention and gave them to Michael J. Fox. And since it's got the story of where, how they made those shoes, and, he paid so much money to that charity that Michael J. Fox wears them every time that he's talking about Back to the Future or goes to Back to the Future convention. He's got those shoes on.
We'd like to meet Back to the Future, not Back to the Future. Would you like to meet Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox?
Yes, I've always wanted to meet him. I'd love to have a original Back to the Future poster and have all of them sign it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I've actually met Leah Thompson.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I actually got to meet her. But yeah, it'd be an honor to meet Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. But the one person that I absolutely idolized and have when I was a kid all the way up to now, the person that if I could get his autograph and him sign it out and made it to me, it would be in the middle of all my collection, and that's Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love Clint Eastwood, love his, his Westerns and stuff, because there's so many great memories of me sitting on my grandpa's knee when I was just a little bitty tiny kid watching his Westerns with my grandpa.
Do you like Dirty Harry?
Love Dirty Harry. My uncle was more the Dirty Harry fan when me and my grandpa kind of leaned more to his old Western movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
did you know that Crispin Glover didn't return to do Back to the Future 2?
Yeah, I know he did.
It was apparently some actor with a prosthetic face on of him.
Yeah. Yeah, which I don't understand that. Well, Crispin Glover is just a weird actor anyway.
Really?
Yeah, he's got weird ways about his acting stuff. Because well, he was in Friday the 13th Part 4,
Yeah.
and he actually, in my opinion, made a complete fool of himself because he wanted to dance like an idiot during the movie. If you
I think
remember that movie.
I think I knew the scene you mean.
Yep, he was absolutely dancing like a
I
complete
think he was doing
idiot.
like this.
Yeah, yeah. And the director told him, he said, the director said, he said, I didn't look at him and go, Crispin, do a crazy dance. He went and danced because apparently the clubs he was going to, that was a big thing. I'm sitting there going, he's a moron. Sitting there going, I never seen anybody dance like that in the 80s. Because 90% of the 80s was the aerobic dancing. You
Yeah.
remember? The perfect example of that was in Back to the Future when Marty grabs a hold of the back of the Jeep and is taking off on his skateboard. He sees all these women in the aerobic gym and he waves at them.
Yeah. But no, yeah, in the second one, I think he didn't want to return, but they had to have the character of Marty's father in it.
Yeah.
So they got an actor. They put a prosthetic of Crispin Glover on the actor's face, which actually didn't even fit the actor very well because it wasn't made for his face.
Yeah. Yeah, which
Some actor pretending to be Marty's father with the original prosthetic from the original actor.
and that's really sucky coming from a person that wears masks a bunch of the time. If you can't get a mask that fits your face perfect, it gets aggravating real quick.
Yeah, and I think it was because of the prosthetics from the old age makeup,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it was a cast from it or something like that. Because I guess they obviously kept the shape or the design or whatever of the prosthetic made for when they made him older in the in the previous movies.
Yep, but Back to the Future will always be, on one of my number one list of movies from when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Always did love it, always will love it. Back when Back to the Future Part 2 came out, it seemed like 2015 was so far away.
Mm-hmm. You ever seen a movie called My Granddad's a Vampire?
No, I haven't actually.
It's a movie from I guess way back. It started, the Munsters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not L. Lewis who played the grandfather.
Yeah. He was actually in a movie called Pet Sematary.
Okay.
No, well, no. I take that back. Herman was in Pet Sematary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Grandpa, yeah.
That was a good film. Actually, I had it on my like the original My DVD Reviews channel. If you go to my channel and click on it, but I think I had to delete the video because after uploading it, no copyright problems till you go on there, watch the movie. So it was a rip from the VHS.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very good video, but you could manage to watch it. But years later, no copyright problems at all. Years later, I had a strike on it, so I had to go on and delete it.
Because that's what's funny. If you go back and you rip a early '90s, late '80s movie and put it on YouTube, they're all over YouTube. You put in '80s cult hits, there's a whole list that pops up that you can watch on YouTube.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that at the time with a VHS tape, that was because it was a VHS that you wouldn't get done for it.
Yeah.
But, and it was also a movie that would never be like, they never had a DVD release of it. So I thought there's ever a film out that would probably never get a DVD or Blu-ray release, it'd be okay to digitize and do an upload of it because there would be no digital version out there.
Yeah.
Well done for.
Yeah, well, it's like I've been looking for a movie for the past 10 years to be on DVD or Blu-ray, and it still hasn't been released yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie called Rolling Vengeance.
What's it about?
It's a pretty good story. It's not a long. It's like a thriller type, drama type movie.
Yeah.
Basically, it's about these two truck drivers, an older man and his son, and they go in business together. They're independent truck drivers, and they deliver stuff to people.
Hmm.
One of the places they deliver to is a bar.
Yeah.
And they got some really shady characters there. They stay drunk, want to fight, all kinds of stuff. Well, later on in the movie, these idiots get drunk and wind up killing his mother and his sisters
Yeah.
in a car accident. So, that made him mad. Then all of a sudden, one day, they decide to take concrete blocks and throw them at his dad's truck,
Mhm.
which made his father jackknife, and he wound up getting put in the hospital. So the boy goes off to a junkyard and builds a monster truck.
Okay.
And there's like 10 or 12 of the people of this guy's family that's always, drinking and wanting to start trouble. So he tracks each one of them down one by one with that monster truck.
Hmm.
Really good movie.
You ever seen a movie called Videodrome?
It's actually on one of my girlfriend's movies. But yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but I seen it a long time ago.
Because that was on the Horror Channel a while ago. Stephen's Words.
Which
Prequel.
Yeah, and yeah, by the way, before I forget, I'll be doing a couple of unboxing videos within this week.
Hmm.
So yeah, I got some new stuff coming in the mail. So plus a computer charger.
That's good. Yeah. Because on the Google chats, you said that your charger went broke. So it's good you got another one coming.
Yep, I got a new one coming, and I mean I ain't had my laptop turned on, and within for a week.
Yeah.
So yep, finally I got a new charger coming through the mail. So really
What
excited
Windows do you use on your laptop?
what I use with my laptop, unfortunately, I don't have a camera yet.
Hmm.
So the main thing that I use camera wise is my tablet now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking on now, and that's what I make videos with now. But after I get a camera, I'll be able to transfer the film that I shoot into the computer and upload it that way.
Do you have Windows 8 or Windows 10?
I got Windows 10.
Yeah. Do you use that a lot?
I use it quite a bit. I mean, the main reason that I got a laptop is to write scripts and stories.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, which it's really handy to do that with. There's actually some free software you can download over the internet. It's called Chilix or something like that, but it's script writing software.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it tells you how to write your scripts and how long they should be and all that stuff. It's really neat. So that's the main reason that I got the laptop for. Plus, I need to get a printer. And the only thing that I don't like about my laptop is it doesn't have a disk drive.
That's a shame.
Yep, but I mean, other than that, it's got a memory card drive where, if I film any videos, I can put them in here and upload them that way. But no, I wish it had a DVD drive at least.
Well, so what other stuff have you got coming in the mail?
I've got the charger, the computer charger, and a few movies.
Cool.
You just have to stay tuned and watch to see what they are.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be much of an unboxing, would it? It wouldn't be fun if you let them know now.
Yep. Which I'll just give you a surprise right now. One of the packages is a bleeding monkey head. So, yeah. Then I have people sitting there going, well, I'm going to tune into his channel. I ain't never seen a bleeding monkey head.
It's a real monkey head.
No, I'm just joking. It's just a couple movies that I'll unbox. I just wanted to freak some people out.
My niece and my sister calls her daughter Monkey.
Yeah, well, okay. So that's her nickname?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
she's like a monkey. She goes to like swings and that.
Okay.
She, like, stands on the swing and holds on to the top of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd break my neck.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I sure would. I'd break my neck if I was like that. Used to could do it when I was little, but yep. See,
That's good. It's very what would you say?
agile.
Stretchy.
Yeah, agile, limber. Yeah, I mean, well, see, she's got the nickname of Monkey. That's pretty funny. I've got the nickname of Peanut. So, yeah, because I was 6 pounds when I was born. My grandpa looked at me in the crib and said, "Well, he's a little peanut." It's stuck ever since.
When I think of peanut, way back during the time of the filming of Ghostbusters,
Yep.
Slimer was a peanut. Slimer
Yes,
was
he
a
was.
peanut painted green.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
of the old animation of the movie.
Yep. And yeah, I remember that real well.
Yeah.
So,
But then in the in this animated series, they call him Spud, like a potato.
yep. But yeah, James, I got about 5 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
But it's been
But
good, isn't it? Even though it's a shorter episode, it's been good fun.
yeah, it's been good fun. I'll definitely be back next Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So, yep.
Maybe we
So
can talk it
everything's
tomorrow or something.
yeah. Maybe we can do something tomorrow.
Mm. On
Luckily,
Google, try a video thing out.
yep. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wasn't expecting all kinds of bull crap to explode this week. So hopefully it'll be a better week this week.
Yeah.
Smoother anyway. I hope.
Hmm. So, guys, as Eugene just said, we've only got 5 minutes left. So, get your questions in if you have any, and then we'll have to go.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll be back next week, and I have taken, as I said earlier, the website of One Away from the Unknown away from the description because of
Yep.
what Eugene said earlier about the what
Yeah.
you would have heard about it earlier on. So
Yep.
the reason of that.
Yep.
Um,
I just found out yesterday that this happened. So I mean, yeah. But anyway, guys, if you want to check out anything about the movie, you can put in "Running Away from the Unknown" at the YouTube search bar, and a lot of stuff will come up there. And
mhm.
if you want to like our page, just go to "Running Away from the Unknown" on Facebook. Just search it up, "Running Away from the Unknown," and hit the like button.
And you are the unknown.
I am the unknown.
Are you
And
enjoying being the unknown?
I'm enjoying being the unknown. And like I always say, if you watch stupid movies, I'll find you and scalp you.
Yeah. Remember, I like what you said last time.
He will haunt your dreams. Yeah, so yeah, if you dislike this video,
Is that what you actually say in the movie?
I didn't actually say that. I didn't even have an accent in the movie. I don't know. I just be goofy. No, because I mean, the scene that I shot, I was actually cussing the guy.
So, how do you talk in the movie?
I just, with a deeper voice, and I'm like, I'm just like, I'm gonna kill you. So, basically that type of talking. But I mean, I was dragging him around the parking lot, and I was going, "Your fat ass is coming with me, buddy." Oh yeah,
Oh, I can't wait to see this film.
it'll be out here shortly. But I mean, yep, might go into some editing and some cutting because yeah, I basically cussed the guy out from from action to cut. So
Do you do the editing on your own laptop, or do you do it somewhere else?
well, they're editing the film. I have no part of editing, but I got a lot to do with the writing and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Um, what's your favorite part in the movie business you've worked in so far?
the acting part because it's pretty cool to make up a character on a piece of paper and then have him come to life.
Yeah.
That's the really cool part. So
There's yeah, so it's just like you say, you're gonna start finishing it off in July, so that's a good time to do it.
and yeah, Robert Zemeckis, if you're watching this, put me in one of the Back to the Future movies. Let's make another one.
Do a fourth one. Make
Yes.
you Team Doc.
Yeah, I'll grab my hair and go 88 miles per hour. Yeah,
And I'll be Marty.
there you go. We shall go through the future or back in time, and you can eat a steak and kidney pie, and I'll have a donut.
You still haven't had a steak and kidney pie?
I will never have a steak and kidney pie. After everybody looked up the ingredients and sent them to me, I'm like, hell no.
How about steak and onion pie?
Steak and onion pie be fine.
I was going to say that steak and chocolate.
That might kind of be nasty.
Yeah.
But I'd eat steak and chocolate over steak, sheep kidney any day.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Okay, then before we go off, what would be the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
The weirdest thing that I've ever eaten in my life, and I'll never eat it again as long as I live, I will shoot myself in the face before I'd eat it again, and that is caviar.
Ooh.
Trust me, you don't know ooh.
What is caviar anyway? It sounds
Caviar.
slimy and disgusting.
Caviar is fish eggs.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, it's actually like they cut open the salmon or some kind of fish, and it's called egg. It's called fish roe.
Yeah.
And basically, all these little black specks of eggs come out. They put it in a can and sell it. It's supposed to be a rich delicacy. It's nothing rich about it. It's disgusting.
It sounds revolting.
It is the most disgusting thing I ever had in my mouth, ever. Would you ever see the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Do you remember he ate that stuff on the cracker?
Yeah.
And trust me, I did the same thing. I was sitting there going, I mean, yeah, it was disgusting.
I probably would never eat it myself then.
No, you don't trust me. Stay away from it.
Yeah.
If anybody sits there and goes, caviar, sir, look at him. No.
What about the nicest thing you've eaten?
The
Something you love and would never and would carry on eating it if you could.
The nicest thing I ever eaten was called a forgot the name of it, but it's an Italian dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like in this like cone type deal. It's called a cannoli.
Okay.
And it's like got this cream and sugar and chocolate in it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'll eat that all day. But when you sit there and start offering me fish eggs or sheep kidney,
no kidneys here, please.
No kidneys here and no fish eggs either.
Fish eggs.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's weird, James. I mean, it looks, you put these little things on the cracker and then you take a bite out of it. When they hit your mouth, the eggs start popping.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it's like slimy and salty and
Yeah, speaking of Big, though, before we go, that's a good movie.
Yes.
And
Yes, that is.
of course, I think at the end, when there's like a delay and it's changed back to a kid again, that's a classic scene though, when he's walking along the street back to his home as Tom Hanks still. turns around to wave goodbye to that woman in the car, turns back, carries on walking,
Yep.
and then at the time he got to the end of the street, his shoes are not in the wrong size, his
Yep.
adult clothes are the wrong size, and he turns around again, and he's a kid again.
Yeah, that was that was really cool because I think she turned her head because she heard the noise, and when she looked back, there he was.
Yeah.
He was
I actually got that one on DVD upstairs. Very classic film, that one.
a very good one, and I mean, yeah, and you feel sorry for the character too. I mean, Tom Hanks is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I mean, because he still, you know, own man during the movie, he still acted childlike.
Yeah.
Same thing with Robin Williams and Jack.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Excuse me. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a very, very classic movie, Jack, and very sad too.
Mm-hmm. I like that Zoltar machine that gives him his wish.
Yes, and actually, believe it or not, when we went up to a haunted asylum called Waverly Hills Sanitarium, machine in the lobby.
Did you make a wish?
I didn't have a quarter. My cousin did. My cousin made a wish, and I remember I texted her the next day, and I went, "Are you small again?" Yeah, but but me and her both loved big, and we walked in fixing to take the tour of the sanitarium, and she patted me on the shoulder. She went, "Look, it's a Zoltar machine." I was like, "Yeah, it is, isn't it?"
I thought they were already made for the movie.
Yep, but yeah, sure enough, they've got a Zoltar machine. My girlfriend got a kick out of it, and of course my cousin did, because me and my cousin's the same age, and we like a lot of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. What time is it?
But one of her favorite movies is Back to the Future as well.
Yeah.
So.
What time is it? It's 11:07.
Yep. Which, yeah, guys, I'm fixing to have to call it a night. I got to eat some dinner.
Okay.
But
we'll say your goodbyes, and I'll end up.
All right. You guys take it easy. And like I said, you want to see anything with the film, just go to Facebook, type in Running Away from the Unknown in the search bar. Our page will come up. If you have any questions about the movie, just make a post on the website, on the page, and me or Dominic Calvito personally will answer you.
That's good.
Yep. And also, you can check it out on YouTube. Just put in Running Away from the Unknown, and you'll find a bunch of trailers, teasers, and my personal interview with Lloyd Kaufman.
I watched those, and they're a really good bunch of videos. So be sure to check them out.
Yep. So it's coming in July, guys. Just hang tight.
Alrighty, guys. So this is slightly shorter than our usual one, but we'll be back with our usual length next week. Yeah.
Yes, we will be. I'll definitely be here next week, and we will have a full show. Plus, I'll be showing off my He-Man box set, and perhaps talking about more of the nostalgic movies that we used to watch growing up.
I'll have a good dinner in a minute.
I sure will, James. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, guys. Until next time, goodbye and take care for now.
Keep it horror.
Sorry?
I said keep it horror.
Yeah, always. Keep it horror, keep it nostalgic, and have fun. Bye-bye, guys.